Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear students in grade 9, today inshallah we will start and study chapter 10 of A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens, second term 2022. Let's start. The title of the chapter is Sound Medical Advice. Let's start with the summary. At Lucy's wedding, Dr. Manette's face appeared happy, although his face was covered with deadly fear when he met Charles earlier that morning, because he revealed his real identity, that he is related to Evermond family. After Charles and Lucy had left for their honeymoon, Mr. Lorry saw that same fear return to Doctor's face. Shortly after the doctor went to his room to rest, Miss Pross heard a low sound of hammering. She rushed into the doctor's room, then came out crying to Mr. Lorry, "All is lost. He doesn't know who I am, and he's gone back to making shoes." For 9 days, the doctor was again a shoemaker, and for the first time in his life, Jervis Lorry took time off from Tellson's bank to help Miss Pross bring the doctor's mind back. As you know, now Dr. Manette is living alone after his daughter's marriage to Charles Darnley. On the 10th day, however, Mr. Lorry found the shoemaker's bench upside and the doctor in his reading chair. That means that he began to recover. Mr. Lorry discusses the doctor's case with him. Mr. Lorry is going to have or to make a trick that he will pretend that he has a friend, he has the same case that Dr. Manette is suffering, that he had a past, a very bad past, and he was suffering from the memory of that past suffering. Mr. Lorry pretended he needed medical advice for a friend of his, but in fact he was talking about the doctor's case. Mr. Lorry was trying to awaken his friend's mind and let him know about his problem. After Mr. Lorry had explained the case to his assumed friend, صديقه المزعوم, Dr. Manette said, "I believe something caused your friend to remember the circumstances that led to the first instance of his strange behavior." Mr. Lorry asked Dr. Manette if they should take away the tools of that friend so that he might not relapse again, and Dr. Manette agreed. That meant that he took approval from the doctor to get rid of the shoemaking tools. When Dr. Manette was finally strong enough to go out, Mr. Lorry and Miss Pross went into his room and destroyed the shoemaker's tools. Lucy and Darnley came back. The first person who came to visit Lucy and Darnley after they had come back was Sidney Carton. He wanted to be a friend to the family and the permission to visit them often. Lucy and Darnley agreed to accept him as a friend. Lucy pitied his condition and said, "His heart is bleeding and we must be kind to him. He's capable of gentle things, good things, and even great things." After some years, Lucy gave birth to a little girl, Sydney, and she was called also Lucy or Little Lucy. Sydney visited the family often and brought little Lucy gifts and played with her for hours. During these visits, Carton never smelled from wine. On one of the hot nights